Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and all the ships at sea. Welcome to tonight's February 26th, 2020 Walpole Media Corporation broadcast of varsity girls basketball action between the Oliver Ames High Tigers and your Walpole High Lady Rebels from the Bill Nixon Gym in Northeastern. My name is Rick Brown, your voice of Walpole High Sports, and I'll be providing all the play-by-play action for this MIAA Division I South first round game. Walpole brings a 13-7 overall record into the contest and has now made 3 straight tourney appearances and 4 in the last 5 years. The Orange and Blue finished second in the Herget Division of the Bay State Conference at 8-5, scoring 52 points a contest while yielding 42. The Lady Rebels are 6-4 on the road. Oliver Ames, the runner-up in the Kelly Rex division of the Hockomock League at 12-4, is 14-6 overall. Tonight's winner will play the victor of the Needham-Attleboro contest. The Lady Rebels are the 10th seed, 3 behind the Tigers. These two teams met back on December 27th when Walpole prevailed 48-44 in the opening round of OA's Sue Rivard Holiday Tournament, in which tri-captain Sydney Scales was the runaway MVP. Let's see now, the Tigers, one of the most storied basketball programs in Massachusetts, are coached by Elaine Clement Holbrook, the winningest high school coach in the state's history. Coach Clement Holbrook won her celebrated 700th game recently, and her teams have amassed a 701-240 record in her 44 years at the helm. In this time span, Oliver Ames has won 2 divisions, 2 state crowns, 4 sectional titles, and 18 Hockomock League championships. The Orange and Black is scoring 58 points a game while allowing 46 and is 9-2 at home. The only other common opponents these two teams have is Foxborough, which edged the Lady Rebels and lost to the Tigers 54-39, and Norwood, which topped both teams by double digits. Oliver Ames has beaten Stoughton, Taunton twice, North Attleboro, Brockton, Attleboro twice, Mansfield twice, Sharon, Milford, Duxbury, and split with King Philip. The Tigers have lost 3 of their last 4 coming into this game, though, tonight. As you all know, the Ladies Rebels started the season with a tough 55 loss to perennial powerhouse Newton North, rebounded with a 60-31 romp over Newton South, and after a 44-28 loss to Needham, the Lady Rebs fell to Norwood 41-25. Walpole then took a pair in the Rivard tourney over Oliver Ames and Needham 56-48 to take home the trophy. Following this, the Lady Rebels rolled to victories over Masconomet Regional 51-44, Wellesley 58-30, Braintree 52-42, Brookline 62-25, and Milton 68-30. The Lady Rebels lost to Needham 54-46 in Framingham, but rebounded to top Weymouth and Braintree before a loss to Natick. Walpole's starting lineup is being announced now. First off, we will have Paige Brooks, and then Katie Hurley, Liz Roach, Ainsley Dundon, and of course, Captain Sydney Scales, who scored her 1,000th point in the game against Foxborough. All right. Starting off will be Caroline Pepper, Caroline Flynn, Tate Hadges, Tori Hani, and Captain Megan Holleran. Now we'll have the singing of the national anthem. right, with a fine rendition of the national anthem, we will be getting ready for the opening tap very shortly. Like we said, Coach Clement had her 700th victory against Mansfield a few weeks ago, but since then has lost 3 out of 4, so I don't know what exactly the problem has been, but the Lady Tigers have been on a little bit of a downstream here. We'll see how they rebound for this opening game against your Lady Rebels. Okay, Tate Hadges will jump center against Katie Hurley. And we are underway. Ball goes out. Went out of bounds off Walpole. So the Tigers will inbound. Okay, they get it to Holleran. Megan going to her right, goes way underneath and throws it out of bounds. She was looking for Carolyn Pepper, but overthrew her. Walpole gets it inbounded by Liz Roach to Sydney Scales. Sydney coming in. The Lady Rebs in the first quarter going right to left on your TV screen. Sydney drives baseline, lays it up, and doesn't get the roll. She steals, and she gets foul. Great after missing the shot, she came right back underneath and was able to steal the pass and drew the foul. The foul is on Tori Hani, her first, the team's first. Sydney at the line for 2. The first one is off the rim and no good. And the second one is through. Walpole draws first blood, 1-0. All right, bringing the ball down is Tate Hedges. She gets it. Pepper with the ball, drives baseline, lays it up. She gets no roll. Ball knocked down, cleared back out. Over a 3 attempt, no good. The rebound by Walpole's Ainsley Dundon. Ainsley comes in, backs in, puts it up, and gets the roll. 3-0, Walpole on top here in the early going. Great defense by Natalie Griffin. Goes underneath. Ball stolen again by, and a foul on Carolyn Flynn. Her first, the second on the team. All right, Sydney bringing the ball down for your Lady Rebs. Across the center court. She gets it to Liz Roach for a 3. Bang! And Roach gives the Lady Rebs a 6-0 lead here. So the Lady Rebels come out firing up and hitting on all cylinders here in the early going. We played a minute and 36 seconds, and Walpole on top, 6-0. Like we said, the winner of this game will go on and play the Needham-Attleboro victor. We don't know when that'll be played, in the next couple of days. Both teams getting some instructions. Coach Dave Wall setting things up for his Lady Rebs. Inbounding for the Tigers will be Meg Holleran. And she gets it to Carolyn Flynn. Flynn guarded by Griffin. Bounces off a player. Over in the corner. Inside up top at the free throw line, no good. Rebound knocked out of bounds. It'll be Oliver Ames' ball. All right, comes up to Tori Hani. She gets it, I think, deflected, but a long three, no good. And we've got a foul underneath. Foul on Griffin. Her first, the team's first. Nice steal by Dundon. Ainsley in there, scoops that ball up, gets it over to Scales. Sydney to Katie Hurley, over in the corner to Dundon, back up top to Liz Roach for another three, off the side of the rim, and it goes out of bounds. It'll be Oliver Ames' ball. Holleran inbounding for the Tigers. And she gets it to Carolyn Flynn. Flynn going down on the right now, heading back over towards the center of the court. Guarded by Natalie Griffin. He goes baseline, puts it up, in and out. Rebound by Griffin. And she's able to get it over to Dundon. Ainsley coming down. She's going to drive the length away, lays it up, no good. Rebound, Oliver Ames. Down court fast to Carolyn Pepper. She was looking for a nice Ainsley Dundon once again back on defense. Knocks the ball out of bounds. Holleran will inbounds for the Tigers. Knocked back out of bounds. Liz Roach getting her hand in there to deflect that ball. All right. Pepper with the ball. She drains a three. Holleran with the ball. She gets it ahead. Looking for Holleran. Throws it away. Walpole ball. Liz Roach will inbounds for Walpole. She gets it up to Sydney. Sydney taking her time, coming up. She goes right down the middle, lays it up and gets the roll it in. 8-3, Walpole on top. 4:21 left to go in this first quarter. Carolyn Pepper with the ball. She goes to her right. No. The rebound by Dundon. Ainsley bringing it down. He gets it to Liz Roach. Roach to Griffin. Natalie dribbling to her right. Goes in the paint and gets banged hard by Tate Hedges. Foul on Hedges. Her first. Liz Roach to Walonis. Walonis gets blocked. Oh. Ainsley went up for to try to block that and flew through the air and collided with with Bourne. Okay, Holleran will inbounds. To Pepper. Pepper's three is no good. Dundon with another rebound. Dribbling down the way. She puts it up, no good. The rebound pulled down by Hedges for the Tigers. Flynn going to her right. And that hoop goes in by Holleran. And getting her hands in there was Pepper. Holleran with the ball. Going to her left, baseline, out of bounds. And she loses, it'll be Walpole ball. Inbounding will be Brooke Malonis for the Lady Rebs. Scales with the ball. Slowing things down a little bit. Goes to her right. Loses control, out of bounds. Wanting to know why there was no foul called. All right, comes over to Flynn. Flynn dribbling down over the OA circle. It's the center of the court. Hani with the ball. Out of bounds. It was carried out of bounds by Hodges. So Walpole will get it. Walonis into Scales. Brooke Page in for the first time for the Lady Rebs. She gets the ball. Dribbling down. Bounce past Walonis over to Griffin. Griffin stops to Walonis for a three. Oh, no. Getting the rebound is Walonis. She gets her own rebound on that. No, I'm sorry, Nat Griffin. Here goes Sydney, backhanded scoop. Yes, it goes. 10-5, Walpole on top, 1:51 left in the first quarter. Partially blocked there by Griffin. And the loose ball over to Paige Brooks. Paige lays it up, no good. Tigers bringing the ball back down the court. Over in the corner to Pepper. Pepper underneath. She loses it out of bounds. But they say it went off of a Walpole player. Jess Ehrlich in for the Tigers. She gets it over to Pepper. Pepper in the corner to Ehrlich. Ehrlich goes in. She collides with Griffin. No foul call there. Nice play by Natalie. Sydney Scales goes in, stops, pops. 2 points. 12-5 Walpole on top. We're just at 1 minute to go in the period. A long three, no good. And a foul on Walpole. It will be on, I think it's going to be on Paige Brooks. It is. It's her first. The third on the team. Both teams with 3 fouls so far. Walpole on top by 7, 12-5. Another turnover by the Tigers here. Walonis will inbounds. Brooke is one of 34 freshmen on the team, along with Katie Hurley, Chloe Binden, whose name I've been mispronouncing all year, and Haley Brigham. Scales with the ball over to Brooks. Brooks tries a long one, no good. Rebound, and Sydney knocks it out of bounds. Walpole playing tremendous defense. 35.7 seconds left in this first period. The Lady Rebs on top, 12-5. And Scales comes out to get a little breather. Okay, the ball goes over to Flynn. She's guarded by Griffin. Flynn looking for somebody. Goes under, lays it up, no good. A foul on Page, that's her second. 4th on the team. 22.1 seconds left in the quarter. That foul on Nat Griffin. I think that's her second, yeah. The first free throw by Flynn is good, 12-6. And the next one is also good. 12-7, Walpole leads, 18 seconds to go in the first quarter. Sydney taking her time going down. Looks like they're going to wait for the last shot. Let the captain take it probably. She drives, goes in over the side to Wallones. Off the rim, no good. Comes out, and the last shot will be no good. So we've got one period of action, one quarter all done here from Northeastern with your Lady Rebels on top, 12-7. Walpole has started out very fast here. Sydney Skills has got 1, 3, 5, 7 of Walpole's 12 points. Elizabeth Roach has got a 3-pointer, and Ainsley Dundon's got the other basket for the Lady Rebs. Let's see. A 3-pointer by Carolyn Pepper is their leading scorer, as Carolyn Flynn and Meg Holloran both have baskets for the host team. We are getting ready for second quarter action. And Walpole will inbounds. Brooke Wallones will do the honors. He gets it to Liz Roach. Roach back to Wallones. Brooke bringing it down, looking going to her right. In the corner to Roach, back to Wallones. In, she was looking for Scales, and oh, they called a travel on Liz Roach, who dove for that ball and did have to roll, but it was a tough call for the Rebs. Good D by Roach. All right, bringing it down for the Tigers is Holloran. Nope, my bad. Flynn. A steal by Dundon. She stops. Has to slow things down as the ball was deflected away from her. She gets it to Scales. Scales backing and coming in. Looking over in the corner to Wallones. Brooke stops, pops. Little shot on that. The rebound by Jess Ehrlich. Underneath. Oh, great play by 34. Meg Holloran gets that one. 12-9, Walpole on top. And we've got a foul on 55, I think, who is Haley Bourne. No, it's on number 4. Erin Holmberg. Roach looking to find somebody, bounces it over to Sydney. Sydney up top to Dundon, off the front of the rim. Sydney saves it to Roach. God! The 3 by Liz on a great save by Sydney for that ball going out of bounds. 15-9, Walpole on top. Underneath to Flynn to Bourne. The ball no good. The rebound by Scales. And we've got a foul on Ehrlich of Oliver Ames. Roach will inbound for the Lady Rebels. He gets it to Sydney. Sydney taking her time going down. Gets past the defender over in the corner to Dundon. No good. The rebound comes over to Flynn. Flynn has it knocked away, but it comes back to Kaylee Yelly. Up and no good. And a foul on Walpole. It's on Katie Hurley. First shot is good by Flynn. Cuts the lead to 15-10. And the next one is also through. Walpole up by a couple of buckets. Sydney behind the back. What a play. Gets it over to Griffin. Griffin to Dundon. Dundon into Scales. She tries a three. Bang! 18-11. Walpole back up on top by 7. 5.5 minutes to go in the first half. Flynn going in. She gets it up top to Ehrlich. Ehrlich loses it temporarily. She's got Flynn with it back again. Puts it up and no good. Rebound saved by Hurley. And it was knocked out of bounds on her inbound. Great defense. Great rebounding skills by Katie Hurley there. All right, Liz Roach inbounds to Scales. Sydney bringing the ball down. He gets it to Griffin. Griffin brings it in. Goes to her right. Drives, puts it up and no good, but she drew the foul. The foul is on Meg Holleran, her first. 2 shots for Griffin. First one is up, swish. 19-11. Walpole on top by 8. This is the first time they've been up by 8 in the game. Natalie at the line. Her second one is a little short. Okay. Flynn with the ball. She gets it over to... and a travel on Oliver Ames as Pepper hit the ground hard there, but they call it for travel on first. All right, Sydney bringing the ball down. Calling out for Dundon. Going over to her right, back to Dundon. Dundon drives, hits, lays it up and in. 21-11, Walpole by 10. Biggest lead of the game for the Lady Rebs. Back underneath. A shot, a bank shot nicely by Anna Murphy. 13-21 for Walpole. Griffin with the ball, 3:53 left in the first half. Underneath to Dundon, she backs it to Frake. Oh, little too hard on that up. All right, Holleran bringing down, goes underneath. To, and in. She got a roll by Flynn there. 21-15, Walpole's lead cut to 6. Scales with the ball. Backs it, stops, pops. It's short. Walpole's been short in a lot of their attempts tonight so far. A 3, no good around the rim and out. And bringing it down is Brooks. Brooks over in the corner to Griffin. Back to Dundon, to Scales. Sydney coming in, goes to her left. And gets blocked and takes a hard fall. And Carolyn Pepper comes back in. 6 straight points for Oliver Ames to cut the lead to 4 points for Walpole. And the ball is saved nicely by Roach. He's going to look in, gets it back to Griffin. Natalie trying to get somebody set up. She gets it to Scales. Sydney was being really closely guarded there by Tori Hani and wasn't able to get any daylight. The shot clock ran off before she could get the shot off, and Oliver Ames will get the ball with 2:18 to go in the game, in the half, and Walpole on top by 4, 21-17. Good crowd here at Northeastern for tonight's game, opening round game. Both sides well represented in the stands. The Oliver Ames version of the brigade to our far left, quite loud and vociferous, cheering on their teammates, fellow students. All right, the Walpole Rebels in their blue uniforms with white numbers and orange piping. Back out of the floor, as is the home team Tigers. White uniforms, orange letters also with black piping. All right, bringing the ball down for the Tigers is Flynn. Flynn in to, and again, Pepper comes through again. Walpole's lead is cut down to 2 now on 8 straight points by thing. Dundon goes in, puts it up, doesn't get any roll. And almost a steal there by Scales. Goes underneath. Oh, good defensive play by Scales. She just stepped over the line as she pulled that ball in. All right, Holleran will inbounds for the Tigers. Backing in, no good. The rebound by Holleran. And a foul called on Walpole. The foul is on Dundon. Her second. Holleran's first is good. 21-20. She has a chance to tie the score up here with 1:38 to go in the half. It is up and good. We're all deadlocked here as Oliver Ames has scored 10 straight points. Dundon with the ball. Hands it off to Walonis. Brooke goes to her left, goes in, lays it up, no good. Ball stolen by Hurley, but she's unable to keep it in there. Holleran bringing it down for Oliver Ames. She puts it up, no good. The rebound by Dundon. Ainsley coming down. She looks ahead. She's got Sydney. No good. And we've got a jump ball. The arrow is pointing towards Oliver Ames. We've got 1:06 in the half. We are deadlocked at 21-21. Okay, the ball comes over to Holleran. Back to Anna Murphy, back to Holleran. Holleran to Murphy. Murphy looking for some room. Holleran back underneath to Pepper. Back to Holleran. Tries a 2, no good. The rebound by Scales. 38 seconds left in the half. Dundon with it. Ainsley drives, pops, no good. Going end to end was Flynn, she got fouled up by Scales. Flynn will go to the line for 2. Looking for a chance to give OA their first lead of the game. It is no good. Off the side of the bucket. All right, here comes number 2. It is good. And Oliver Ames gets their first lead of the game as they've scored 11 straight points here to go from a 10-point deficit to up by a point. Scales gets it, goes baseline, and she gets fouled. The foul is on Harney. First one is no good by Sydney. Okay. Hurley comes out. Griffin comes in for the Lady Rebs. 9.7 seconds left. And that one ties it up once again. 22-22. Oh no, Walpole down by a point. No good. And time runs out as that last shot went up. So we've played 16 minutes here from the Oliver Ames Gym, which is also known as the Bill Nixon Gym, and we are tied 22-22. The two teams going into the locker room. They'll take a break. We'll take a break too, and we'll be back shortly with second half action. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Oliver Ames High School in Northeastern, where we are deadlocked at 22-22 in this opening round, first round MIAA Division I South girls basketball game between Walpole Lady Rebels and the Tigers of Oliver Ames. In the first half, Sydney Scales led all scorers with 11 points. She was followed by Liz Roach with 6, Ainsley Dundon 4, and Natalie Griffin with 1. For the Ames team, Carolyn Flynn has 7, Meg Holleran 6, and Carolyn Pepper 5 as their leaders. And we are underway here as Natalie Griffin gets the ball from Scales. Back to Sydney. Sydney goes in, throws it into Dundon, and it rolls out. Walpole ball, they're ruling. Roach will inbounds for the Rebels. She bounce passes to Katie Hurley, over to Scales. Sydney goes outside for a 3, no good. Rebound by Hurley, has a block. Rebound by Scales and Flynn. Nope, Scales and Hages battling for it. The arrow is pointing towards the Tigers, so they will inbounds the ball. Holleran looking for somebody. She gets it over to Flynn. Carolyn being guarded by Nat Griffin. Flynn underneath to Pepper. Pepper tries it. Bang. That's a deuce. The first lead of the game. No, second, I'm sorry. A foul on number 10, Tori Hani. And Sydney's at the line for 2. First one is no good. And Sydney's second goes right through. 24-23. All right, ball comes over to Holleran. Mig going to her left now. Gets it out to shot by Hages was no good, went out of bounds, but it'll still be Oliver Ames' ball. Holleran up top to Hages. Hages back to Holleran. Back to Hages. Back to Holleran. Goes underneath. Too far underneath the ball. Knocked out of bounds by Hurley, but it'll be Oliver Ames' ball. It comes over to Hages. Hages has it knocked away. Katie Hurley gets there, and for her troubles, they get the jump ball, even though Carolyn Flynn sat on her head. Okay. Roach to Scales. Sydney bringing the ball down. Sets it up to Griffin. No good. Rebound by Flynn. He gets it up court to Erin Holmberg. Flynn up top to Holleran. Holleran into Pepper, who lays it up and in. 26-23. Oliver Ames on top. Sydney with the ball. She drives, pops off the glass and in. 26-25. Oway on top by a point. The ball stolen, knocked down by Griffin, picked up by Hurley. Is Dundon. She tries an underhand scoop, no good. And the Tigers bring the ball down court. It's Pepper with the ball, using great defense by Scales. Back again to Pepper. And no good. The rebound by Griffin. Natalie bringing the ball down. Drives, goes into the paint, puts it up. No good. Ball comes out. And Katie Hurley gets it over to Scales. And we'll have a charge there on Holmgren. She couldn't stop herself in time. So that's her third. And the second on the team. Sydney with the ball. He gets it up to Liz for a three, no good. And a foul away from the play on Holmgren, no, on Bourne, Haley Bourne. Roach will inbound for Walpole. He gets it to Sydney. Sydney wide open. No good. And a double dribble by Holmberg. Holmberg, one of the captains for the Tigers. At halftime, the Walpole Brigade moved the location so they would be directly opposite the court from the Oliver Ames. And a big three by Natalie Griffin. Puts the Rebels back up on top, 28-26. It will be Oliver Ames' ball. Foul on Dundon. That's Ainsley's third at 4:13. And a push on Sydney. Oh no, I'm sorry, that was not on Sydney. It was on Haley Bourne. That was her second, the fourth on OA. Inside. Whoa, what a shot by Liz Roach. She took a big hit as she laid it up and in. 30-26. Walpole up to 4-point lead again here. And a timeout call by the Tigers with 3:38 to go in the third quarter. Walpole Lady Rebels on top 30-26 as they have outscored OA 8-4 in this opening minutes, the opening 4.5 minutes of the third quarter. Like we were saying, the Walpole Brigade in full force on the opposite side of the field, and to our left, the Oliver Ames version of it. We'll call them the crowd. And a lot of good-natured ribbing going back and forth. With OA being in the Hockomock League, we would only play them in most sports in tournament play. Soccer has played OA a few times in the recent years, boys soccer. The girls, of course, for several years have been coming over to the Ravad Holiday Tournament, girls basketball. But other than that, not too many times do the two teams get to meet each other. All right. Holleran backing in. She's blocked by Hurley. Holleran muscles the ball away. A foul on Wallonis. That's her first, the team's second. Nice steal by Brooke, but unfortunately her foot went out of bounds when she stole that ball. Bourne inbounds, comes up to Kelsey Yell. Rebound knocked out. Once again, it'll be Oliver Ames' ball. Comes up top to Yelly. No good. Scales just rips that ball. Rebound out of the hands. He gets it over to Wallonis. Three! Brooke drains it. 33-26. Walpole's lead is up to 7. We're under 3 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Erin Holmberg with it. She gets it to Flynn. Flynn goes underneath. And the block made, the steal by another three by Liz. Oh, just off. Holmberg with it. Shot no good. Put back up and in by Kelsey Yelly. Walpole on 33-28. Steal by Wallonis. Puts it up and in! Brooke, a nice move there on the steal. 35-28. Walpole up. 1:54 left of the third quarter. Underneath to Holleran. Holleran back in, and a steal by Scales. Sydney leading the charge down the floor. Puts it up, no good, can't get the roll. Rebound by Holmberg. Holmberg gets the ball back from Bourne. And we've got a foul on the foul is on Hurley. That's her second. Walonis with the rebound. Brooke bringing the ball down. She gets it up to Griffin. Natalie over in the corner, back to Walonis. No good. And a foul over the top on Griffin. Boy, they're calling them tight on her tonight. That's her third. With 1:08 left to go in the quarter. All right, Flynn bringing the ball down for the Tigers. She gets it over to no good. The rebound goes off Walonis. It'll be Tori Hani throwing in. No, it won't. It'll be Carolyn Pepper throwing it in. She gets it to Hani. Back over to Pepper. Inside to Yelly. Her shot was blocked. Walonis bringing the ball down. She gets it over in the corner to Griffin. Griffin to Scales. Sydney slowing things down a little bit. We're inside of 30 seconds in the third quarter. 12 seconds on the shot clock. Sydney going in. Gives it up to, and Shannon Jordan, who just came into the game, lays it up and in. 37-28, Walpole up by 9. Another really close call on Griffin. That's her fourth now with 11 seconds left in the quarter. Liz Roches to come in. Griffin's been playing great defense, and they are calling everything on her. All right, inbounding. Away. No good. 8 seconds left. Down to Scales. She stops, pops. Bang! Up Trey at the buzzer. Woo! 40-28, Walpole up by a dozen after 3 quarters of play here as Sydney Scales, with no time left, was able to drop that ball through for a 3-pointer. So after 3 quarters, your Lady Rebels are on top, 40-28. Looking very good. They outscored Oliver Ames 18-6 in that quarter, as they were hitting everything that was going, despite being, having a lot of very close calls being made on them defensively. The Lady Rebels have really come through and are pouring that ball through. That beautiful, beautiful basket by Shannon Jordan, who had just come into the game. Shannon's a junior, and she just made a beautiful play to that to set up the 3 at the end by Scales. So Walpole has 8 minutes to go here in a 12-point lead to see if they can advance to the second quarterfinal round of the tournament. Tori Hani will inbound for Oliver Ames. All right, she gets it to Flynn. Flynn to Murphy. Murphy to Hani. To Yelly. Walpole's defense. And a ball stolen there nicely by Paige Brooks. Brooks gets it back. Sends it out to Dundon, over to Scales. Sydney trying to get somebody to get loose. Goes to Brooks. Oh, she stumbles and falls and loses the ball out of bounds. It will be Oliver Ames' ball. Harney will inbounds for the Tigers. right, it comes to Holleran. Holleran bringing the ball down. Guarded by Roach. Hands it off to Pepper. Looked like palming the ball, but they didn't call it. Nice block by Sidney. Over to Dundon. Ainsley dribbling it, gets it back to Sidney. Back to Ainsley. Sidney's up top. Sidney way in the corner to Dundon. Ainsley dribbling in, backing in, puts it up, doesn't get the roll, and the rebound goes to the Tigers. Pepper with the ball. She goes underneath, gets the ball back. And we have a foul on, I think, on Brooks. No, foul is on Liz Roach. That's her first, the 6th on the team. Flynn with the ball. She gets it underneath to a wide open Tate Hages, who misses the shot. The ball goes out of bounds then. Roach will inbounds to Scales. 6:16 left in regulation. Walpole still up by a dozen. Scales to Walonis. Walonis, no good. Hages gets it to fall. No, Harney gets it to fall. 40-30, Walpole on top by 10. Scales with the ball. Going to her left, now to her right. Goes baseline, just a little bit short on the attempt. Okay, it comes up to Flynn. Flynn goes underneath to Pepper, tries an underhand scoop. It's no good, but she got fouled. She'll go to the line for 2. The foul is on Roach. That's her second. And Pepper at the line. She missed the first one. And now the second is good. 40-31, Walpole on top by 9. 5.5 to go in regulation. Scales coming down, gets it off to Griffin. Natalie to Scales. And no good. The rebound, nice by Hurley. She lays it back up and in. Katie Hurley. 42-31, Walpole's leads back to 11. Nice. Hurley knocked that ball loose to Dundon. Ainsley's bringing it down over in the corner to Griffin. Back up top to Scales. Sidney, the shake and bake. Oh, wide open, Ainsley Dundon. 3 more! 45-31. Walpole's lead is at its highest so far this game of 14 points. And we've got 4 left showing on the clock in regulation. As Walpole has truly come alive offensively in the second half, outscoring the Tigers 23-9. In fact, Walpole has doubled their score already from the first half, and we still have 4 3/4 minutes to go in regulation. Walpole has been playing extremely well out on the floor tonight. One of the best shows I've seen them play this year. Great defense, unbelievable offense. They're just like a second uniform on the Oliver Ames girls. Walpole is just playing tremendous defense. All right, the teams come back out. Meg Holleran will inbounds for Oliver Ames, and she drops it off to Flynn. Caroline going down, cuts over towards the middle. Guarded by Scales. She gets it to Pepper. Pepper guarded by Griffin. She's able to get it back. Oh, Natalie Griffin picks up her 5th foul with 4:26 to go in the game. All right, so Paige Brooks comes in, and Liz Roach comes back in. The shot is good by Flynn. 45-32. The second one is good. Timeout called. I guess there was no time, it was just a whistle. All right, Sydney with the ball, being guarded by Erin Holmberg. She gets it underneath to Dundon, and Ainsley lays it up and in. 47-33. No good, the rebound, no good. And Flynn will go to the line. Flynn will go to the line for 2. The foul was on Sydney. That's her second. First by Flynn is good. 47-34. And the next one is good. Walpole's lead is a dozen with 4 minutes and 7 seconds left in regulation. Timeout taken by the Rebels. Walpole has been just really having tremendous control of the ball the whole game, putting it through. Good defense, great defense they've had so far, holding Oliver Ames to 35 points, which is about, so far, about 17 points less than what they're averaging in the regular season. Uh, 58, so they're down 23 points less than they're averaging in the race that they averaged during the regular season. All right, Liz Roach will inbounds for the Tigers, one of Walpole's tri-captains, along with Scales and Dundon. Scales with the ball, being guarded by Holmgren. The shot is count the basket, and she got fouled. The foul is on Holmgren, her 4th. Scales with the ball, goes baseline, up top to Roach for a 3, no good. Ball comes to Holmgren, and it's knocked out of bounds by Dundon, who scampered back to cut off that pass. Unfortunately, went off her body and into out of bounds. Pepper will inbounds for Oliver Ames. Comes up top to Flynn. No good. The rebound by Hani goes out, and we got a foul. Foul on Walpole. I think it's on Brooks. No, it's not. It's on Dundon. Her 4th. 3:35 left. And the first one is no good. By Hani, Tori Hani. And that one rolls out. Okay, bringing the ball down is Walonis to Scales. Sydney slowing things down here. He gets it over to Hurley. A foul on Brooks. Her third on that rebounding action. Walpole in the penalty situation. The first one is no good. That's Flynn. Carroll and Flynn at the line. It's good. Katie Hurley with it. She backs in. Off the glass. No good. Doesn't get the roll. 3 minutes left in regulation. Walpole up by 11. Honey. A three. Good. By Pepper. 49-39. No good. Hurley puts it back up. 51-39. They haven't put that bucket back up yet. I thought it went in. Unless there may have been a foul on there. Oh yeah, it was on Brooks. Her third. I thought I had that the last time for a third. Anyway, Walpole's lead is 10, 49-39 with 2.5 minutes to go in regulation. Comes up top to Flynn. Flynn slows things down, hands it to Pepper. Pepper to Holloran, knocked out of bounds by Hurley. 2:28 left in regulation. Holloran will inbounds for the Tigers. Okay, it goes to Holmberg. Holmberg to Harney, to Pepper. Foul call on Walpole. It's on Scales, her third. Flynn at the line for 2. First one is short. And the next one is through. 49-40. Walpole's lead is cut to 9. Scales bringing the ball down. Stops. Slowing things down. He gets it to Dundon. Ainsley over to Liz. Liz cuts in the paint. Doesn't get it. Oliver Ames ball. 1:55 left in regulation. Flynn bringing the ball down for the Tigers. Being guarded by Scales. Over to Pepper. Pepper going in, looking for Holmgren. Gets it to Harney. to Holmgren, out to Pepper. Pepper long to Holmgren, and it's blocked by Roach. And Brooke Walonis will bring it down. Goes end to end. Slowing things down. Scales will go. Scales trying to get everyone to move around. And there is a foul on OA. Foul is on Harney, her fourth. Brooks comes in, Hurley out for Walpole. First one by Sydney is good. 50-40. Back to a 10-point lead for the Lady Rebs. The next one by Scales is off the side. And banked in by Pepper. And a foul as they commit a foul right away. 107 to 67 ticks of the clock left. Walpole up by 8. Scales going to the free throw line. That foul was on Pepper. And the shot is no good by Sydney. Harney tries a three, got it. 50-45, the lead down to 5. And a foul called on OA. Foul is on Holmgren. That's her 5th, so she'll be out of the game. And Scales will be at the free throw line. Oh no, it's Roach at the free throw line. Ball no good. A three, no good. Ball taken by Scales. Sydney goes down, cuts back over, gets it, oh, throws it away. But there was a foul called on the play. Foul was on Pepper. Scales will go to the free throw line with 41.8 seconds left and a 5-point Rebel lead. Good. 51-45. Sydney's second is good. 52-45. 7-point lead for the Rebels. 41.8 seconds left in regulation. It's a 7-point lead for your Lady Rebels. The winner goes to the quarterfinal round of the D1 South Tournament. The losers get ready for spring sports. This has been a tremendous game both ways. Both teams getting it. Walpole just has to hold on for just under 42 seconds. They've got the 7-point lead. Coach Wall calling the team back in again for one more quick word of advice. So Scales, Roach, Walonis, Brooke, and Dundon on the floor for Walpole. Okay, it comes over to Hages. Hages back to Holloran. Holleran bringing it down, drives, tries a three, no good. The rebound by Brooks, and she gets fouled. Page will go to the line. Foul is on Pepper. 32 seconds. Brooks will be shooting 1 and 1. And it's so good. Nope, she was shooting 2. Still a 7-point lead for Walpole. Page trying to get it up to 8. Puts it up, and it's no good. Flynn bringing the ball down, goes over in the corner to Hages. Hages to Holleran, to Pepper. Pepper to rebound by Pepper. 12 seconds to go. Ball on the ground. We have a jump ball. So Walpole has the arrow facing their way, and a timeout. Timeout by the Rebels with 8.9 seconds to go. Your Lady Rebels on top by 7 points, 52 to 45, and which has been a close game the entire way. Although the whole second half has been all Walpole. Walpole has outscored Oliver Ames 30 to 23 over this second half. We were deadlocked at 22 before the Rebels started to take command of the game. All right, there's the first horn, and Walpole getting ready to come out, looking to advance to the quarterfinal round of the South Sectionals. If they can hold on to this 7-point lead for the final 9 seconds. Again, Roach, Scales, Wallonis, Brooks, and Dundon. Oh, they lose it out, lose it. Ehrlich will inbounds. No, it will be Pepper inbounding for Oliver Ames. Comes out. No good. Rebound by Dundon, and she gets fouled as soon as she touches the ball. Ainsley will go to the line. The foul was on Pepper. Both teams have committed more than 10 fouls in the second half. First one by Ainsley, doesn't get the bounce. .9 seconds left in this one. It is over. And the second one is good. And that timeout called by Coach Clement Holbrook to get a couple of more players in with 1.6 seconds left in regulation. And that's it. A long-range shot at the buzzer. It goes off the backboard. And Walpole will be advancing to the quarterfinal round of the Division I South MIAA tournament against the winner of the Attleboro-Needham game. And we would like to thank you for watching this Walpole Media Corporation broadcast of girls varsity basketball action. Once again, your final score in the first round action from Oliver Ames High School, your Lady Rebels 53, the Tigers 45.